Hello. For our Macy's backstage pitch, we are going to use the primary idea of sponsoring the Olympics starting in summer of 2016 at Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. We are going to incorporate two other ideas into this to enhance it. The first idea is proximity or Bluetooth marketing. We're going to use this in tandem with the Olympics at viewing parties or things of that sort in order to enhance the exposure. The second idea is a huge social media campaign in which we're going to incorporate things such as a hashtag to get the idea in people's minds. And to talk more about these two things is Danny.
Yep, I'll go further into both those topics. So proximity marketing or Bluetooth marketing is the first part of our plan. And we plan to incorporate this at the viewing parties primarily in New York where Macy's Backstage is headquartered. Now there's going to be a ton of viewing parties for the Olympics which Macy's hopefully will be sponsoring. And at these viewing parties, we're going to have booths set up by Macy's. And anytime somebody walks by, they'll get a Bluetooth alert on their phone of either something about Macy's, possibly a discount, things of that nature, just to get the idea in their head about Macy's Backstage, and also just as good marketing. And the second part of our plan is also to incorporate a hashtag, hashtag OBMB, Outfit by Macy's Backstage, and that will be primarily on Instagram and Twitter because they're the more social media is used by millennials and younger people, and it's just to get awareness for the brand. And anytime somebody gets their outfit or anything like that, they can post it with the hashtag OBMB to show the public what Macy's Backstage is about. And Anna will go further into other topics.
Now, in terms of strengths and weaknesses, there are two strengths and two weaknesses we really want to highlight. Strength-wise, there's a massive amount of exposure that Macy's Backstage will get from this event. There are millions of people watching of all demographics. And specifically, the second strength is that you're going to cater to the male demographic. Off-price stores have a real issue of catering to men. It's mostly women who come into their store. So if Macy's Backstage is able to bring this group of people in, they are going to shoot way up. As for weaknesses, the strength and the fact that so much exposure will be happening is also a weakness because that exposure is only going to last for 17 days. So Macy's will have to implement another idea past that point. And then the other side is that there's a lot of money that Macy's will have to put into this deal. Now Joey's going to bring up some questions that we have yet to consider.
Right. So there are a few things that we're going to have to explore further in the development of this marketing strategy. And the first thing is going to be if there are going to be any negative or maybe positive effects of not using traditional advertisement mediums such as print and, like advertisement by phone. We need to study that more and make sure that the best option for us is to move forward into the future with our more modern advertising mechanisms that we have available to us today. The second question that we will probably end up needing to explore is how we can get involved with actual Olympic athletes and see if we can, kind of gauge their interest level in something as big of a magnitude as this sponsorship idea, and we need to make sure that they are, that they would have interest in it. And then the third idea that we want to explore is whether or not, or how we can break the status quo that's set by other off-price stores. The TJX companies are undoubtedly the biggest competitor in the off-price market that Macy's Backstage has, and they are, already in it. They've been in the business for a long time. So we need to figure out a way that can help us solidify Macy's Backstage's image in the off-price market. And to talk about more of some limitations, we have Alex.
All right, so Anna already touched on our limitations a little bit with the weaknesses. The major two that we came up with is that the Summer Olympics is only about 17 days long, so that means the execution stage of our campaign will only actually be about 17 days long, and clearly something will need to be implemented after this to follow it up. Second of all, our campaign will only be effective as big as our budget is. This means that our sponsorship of the Olympics will be very costly, but that won't make or break the campaign. What will make or break the campaign is the live events that we have with the Bluetooth and with the social media on the side. This is where our campaign will either be huge or a disaster. And all of this will come with a huge budget. So as you can tell, we can only be as successful as big as our budget is. To wrap this all up for you, here's Jonathan.
Macy's Backstage, proud sponsor of the 2016 Summer Olympics. It sounds good, doesn't it? This sponsorship, in tandem with Bluetooth proximity marketing, and a social media ad campaign is going to bring Macy's Backstage to the forefront of off-price clothing brands. We're excited to get to work, and the only question we have for you is when can we get started?